This is part 2 of the Imperial conversions revision video. The objectives we're going to cover is the last one. So we're going to apply what we learned in the last video. So applying conversion factors into problem solving, or some example sample tests. So here's the first one. This one was a non-calculator one. So and it's multiple choice. The conversion rate for somebody tell me how I fix my pen. I'd be really happy. The conversion rate for inches and millimeters is 1 inch equals 25.4 millimeters. Approximately, what is 100 millimeters in inches? Now it says approximately because if this is a non-calculator question, you might not be able to do it exactly, although these numbers are pretty simple to be fair, but they might not be in the actual thing. So what is 100 millimeters in inches? So using this conversion factor on the right hand side, 1 inch is 25.4 millimeters, but what if this was all the way down to 100 millimeters? Now it says approximately, so I'm just going to get rid of the 0.4. And we want to know is if it was 100 millimeters on that side, well, what would it be on the inches side? Well, let's go back to the second side. So 25 millimeters to get to 100. In all of these conversions, we're either timesing or dividing. So you've got to think, what is the relationship between 25 to 100? Well, if it's getting bigger, then it's multiplying. So what do we multiply 25 by to get to 100? We have to multiply it 4 times. So 25 times 4 does equal 100. Whatever you do on the right hand side, you must apply it to the left. So 1 times 4 is 4. So 4 inches is around 100 millimeters. So the answer is 4 inches, and we would just tick that one there. Right, exam start question 2. This is a 2-parter. We're back to calculator. Traveling in the USA, you use 12 gallons of petrol. So that's what Americans use, these gallons. That's how much petrol they put in the car, whereas we use litres. Back to the question. Traveling in the USA, you use 12 gallons of petrol. It is priced at $1.80 for 1 gallon. Then it gives you a conversion. 1 gallon equals 4.5 litres. So let's look at A. How much is the petrol in the USA dollars? I'm just going to answer A first before looking at B. And I've spaced it out so I've got some room to write on. How much is the petrol in USA dollars? So what we know is we have travelled on 12 gallons of petrol. And we have the conversion factor. Well, actually we don't. So ignore not, we don't have it. It's actually written here. This is like a price thing. So 1 gallon equals $1.80. This other conversion factor, we don't need this yet. This question is not about litres. It wants to know how much did it cost while we're in America. So it says it's $1.80 for 1 gallon. So I've rewritten it out like a conversion factor. And then I'm going to draw my arrows, times and divide, and think I've got to get these 12 gallons into dollars. So I'm going from gallons to dollars. So yeah, it's the right hand side, and that means that we're going to multiply. So 12 gallons times £1. Sorry, it's not pounds, it's dollars. $1.80. Got my trusty old calculator here. 21.6. 21.6 what? We're talking about dollars. There we go. So currency is 2 decimal places, so I think a 0 on the end there would look better, be on the safe side. So that's part A, cost $21. Here's B. You compare it with the price in the UK. which is currently £1.10 per litre. How much is the petrol in British pounds? So what we want is that the final answer, we want a cost, and what we're given, I'll write it a bit further down. 1 gallon equals 4.5 litres, and we know that for every 1 litre it's actually £1.10 in British pounds. So we've kind of, before we can get a final cost, we've got to find out how many litres of petrol there is. Now to do that, we've got to use the conversion factor on the left. So we use 12 gallons, and then we'll just do our quick circle. So to go from gallons to litres, we're going to times by 4.5. So 12 times 4.5 gives us 54 litres. That's actually quite a big petrol tank. So we're talking about a big car here. So now that we know it's 54 litres, we can find out how much it would cost over here. So 1 litre is £1.10. We want to go from litres to pounds. We're going to times, so 54 times 1.10, which isn't going to be much different. It comes to £59.04, and then a 0 on the end because it's 2 decimal places. I think if this was an extended question, they could probably throw you another conversion factor and say, well, okay, well, convert the price in dollars into pounds, and then you can really compare the two numbers. Last one. So you and a friend are saving to meet on holiday in France. How nice. You live in the UK and your friend lives in Thailand. The exchange rates are £1 equals 1.3 euros. That's what they use in France, euros. And €1 equals 35. And this little nice symbol, which is a B with a line across through it, they're called Thailand bahts. So think Bart Bart Simpson for the pronunciation of Bart. So you're going to meet in Europe, and you've got the exchange rates. You need to save at least €500 each. You have saved £400. Well done. Your friend has saved 16,500 bahts. Do you both have enough spending money? So you need €500 each. So we've got to convert the amount that you've saved into euros, and then we're going to convert the amount that your friend has saved into euros and find out if you've saved enough. Let's deal with your amount. So we're talking about pounds. So we need the conversion factor that's got pounds in it, which is this first one. So let's rewrite it out. Here's the arrows. Or you can tell I'm getting tired now. Circles are looking a bit sloppy. So you've saved £400. So we want to go from pounds to euros. That's the top part of the circle. So we're going to multiply 400. Where's that funny line? Times 1.3. Do you think it'd be enough? Can you estimate it? You have saved €520. So you've got enough. Well done, you. Yes, you have saved enough. Let's now talk about your friend. 16,500 bahts, and we need the other remaining conversion factor. So let's write it out. Love that symbol. Let's do the circle. We want to go from the bahts to the euro, so this time we're going to be dividing. So 16,500 divided by 35. This is not going to be a nice number. Certainly not a whole number. you would get in euros 471.428 blah 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 blah. It doesn't say we need to do any rounding, but I suppose you could do because it's money is 2 decimal places, so that would be 471.43 because that number 8 is 5 or above, so it's pushing that last cent up. So your friend has saved 471 euros. No, I'm sorry, they can't go, they haven't saved enough. So you'd probably have to do some kind of written explanation, and then you'd have all your calculations to support it. And that is the end. Thank you very much.